get it going.
Michael Jordan is widely regarded as one of the most competitive players in NBA history.
Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's do it.
While he had numerous friendships across the league, it was often revealed that he would strategize against his friends during games, with Charles Barkley being a notable example. All-Star Weekend, however, was a different story. Since the game had no stakes and was purely an exhibition for the fans, there was no need for strategic planning. Jordan understood this, and right before the 1996 All-Star Game, MJ gave us another classic GOAT moment. Here's Penny talking on this incident at the Knuckleheads podcast.
MJ, I'm getting ready to be announced, and he started moving closer to me. I'm like, MJ, you know you going last, bro. What you coming over here for? Like, you know you ain't about to, I'm not going after you, so what you doing? I didn't know what he was doing. He just kept inching, like he was sitting closer. And I guess he had already told Scotty or somebody, I'm about to do the snap off or whatever. Bro, I walk out, and he snapped them Jones, and I had to hold my pants, and I looked back, he just laughing like I'm on or something. It was crazy, but I'm like, hey man, that was an ultimate compliment to me because that made me feel like, you know, that he was like, he respected me and who I was.
Here's MJ during the game when he was asked about that moment.
I didn't get that story.
I did it a couple of years. I did it to Joe Dumars one year, but it all started when someone did it to me when my first couple of years.
Okay.
Me and who I was.
Here's MJ during the game when he was asked about that moment.
Well, I done it a couple of years. I did it to Joe Dumars one year, but it all started when someone did it to me when my first couple of years. So I decided to pass it on.
The 2022 All-Star Weekend in Cleveland was a big celebration for the NBA's 75th anniversary. One of the highlights was honoring the 75 greatest players of all time. For Damian Lillard, the weekend felt unreal as he got to be around so many basketball legends. But for Lillard, the best part wasn't all of that. It was when Michael Jordan finally showed up.
We walk out of the room where we take the big picture, and when we walk out, it's like all these cameras like this. You know what I mean? There's so many stars and all these legends in here, and when we get in the hallway, you see MJ walking towards us. He wasn't even in there for the big picture.
He just got there.
He just got there. So he's walking, and there's more cameras on just him by himself than it is on all of us. And it was like, that's when you really saw the difference of like, man, this dude the GOAT.
Yeah. Nigga, the aura. That's what he want to say. Nigga, Mike had the most aura in the room, G. In the building, folks. Because that's one thing I know, nigga. When Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson pop out, when them niggas stop, man, everybody want to see, G. Everybody coming around, nigga. It's MJ mode, folks. All right, two of the greatest, man. You feel me? Mike had that aura. Everybody want to see what he doing, what he talking about, what he on. Nigga, it's old Mike. Come on, G. That's called aura right there, Dame. That's all you trying to say.
Like when he was walking, everybody was just staring at him. Yeah. Like even all the people that was
like the top 75 looking at him.
The other 74 was looking at him like
aura,
he was walking up. He walked up. It was like he just took over the whole situation.
Was that your first time meeting him? Because before you said you hadn't met Mike before.
I still ain't never met him.
You just looked at him.
Damn. Talking about I still ain't never met him.
I was standing next to Clyde. And I just was staring at him like, because all the lights was on him, and it was just like, man, that's Jordan. Like,
wow,
he's glowing.
I'm looking at him like his arms and his hands. Like, I'm just looking at him like, damn. I ain't say nothing to him. Then they lined us up, and we all walked out. The whole time, I ain't say nothing.
What? Before I would have had to get my flick or something with Mike. Let's get a selfie, fuck. I would have had to do something, like shake his hand, like my name TDOT, Coach TDOT. Like, you know, I can't just let Michael Jordan just leave without me, like, you know, introducing myself, fuck. You get what I'm saying, Chad? Like, come on, folks. You just fluked the whole opportunity. Now, like, you don't know when the next time you gonna see Mike. Like, we rarely see Mike, G. Nigga be in hibernation. Nigga, Mike tired of the public. He was the most known person in the world at one point, G. So he don't even like coming outside for real. So, G, I would have took my opportunity, damn. You tweaking.
I'm just looking like, damn. I was looking around at everybody, but like when he came out, it was like unreal.
Yeah, that was
how loud it was. How everybody, like, if you looked around the arena, it was nothing but stars there.
Yeah,
right.
Like we would all recognize these people as stars, and how they even was looking at them was like they felt small too. You know what I mean? Like everybody was just like, It's Jordan.
Another legend that was in awe by Jordan that night was the great D. Wade. On an episode of Carmelo Anthony's podcast, Wade, among the players on the anniversary team, shared one moment that stood out for him as he first noticed MJ in the room.
Let me tell you something, when he walked through,
just aura, that's it.
Everything
just
changed.
Yeah.
You know when the coolest person walk in the room?
Yeah. You cool until the coolest nigga walk in the room, yeah.
Man, when MJ came in and get silence, everybody was like, oh.
He sizing
right
niggas
away.
up from the tunnel.
Right away.
Stop it.
He walking past you. Yeah, man, I'd bust your ass. Like, he sizing everybody up.
Bust your
You
ass
saw the
up, bust
clip
your
where
ass.
him and Magic that went viral, right?
Yeah,
They all saw the clip.
That's an old dog right there. That's an old dog.
Talking shit.
Go play one-on-one, me and you right now.
That was right away. And that's the moment where I was just sitting there and I'm like, I'm listening to Jordan and Magic talk shit.
Really talk shit though.
Yo.
Like, put your sneaks on, let's go right now. And I'm like,
I'll tear your ass up right now.
are they serious?
Meta
No
Sandiford
bullshit.
Artest, previously legally named
Mike was
Meta
a
World
goon.
Peace, is one of the most fearless and dynamic players in NBA history. Known for his relentless defense and physical style of play, Meta earned an NBA championship.
Wait,
For his
I
relentless
remember
defense
this
and
shit.
physical style of
He
play,
whacked
Meta
that
earned
nigga.
an NBA championship in 2010 with the Los Angeles Lakers and was named Defensive Player of the Year in 2004. We've already heard the story about Meta breaking Jordan's ribs during MJ's comeback attempt in the 2001 summer. But recently, Meta shared some new details about that incident.
I played against Mike for the first time in the summertime when I accidentally broke his rib. In the summertime, Mike go hard everywhere. Am I right?
Absolutely.
So Mike, I was 19 and I don't think he realized how strong I was coming in. He was posting up and I was like denying fundamental on this side and three-quarter and just moved his arm out the way, light work. And then my elbow hit him in the ribs, cracked his ribs. And then I broke his rib accidentally. Then he called me and said, don't worry about it, young fella. I know what they saying in the media, but I want you to come back. And then to play against him in the season, if you look at the pictures online, we always tangled up. If you look at me and Mike, Wizards versus the Bulls, that's how we played every day in Chicago. Every day. So it wasn't a thing where I was in awe. Like Mike is Mike to us. I got a chance to meet Mike 3 times on the court in Chicago a lot of times. Then he invited me to his office in Chicago. I got a chance to sit with Mike.
That must have been cool.
Yeah, man, that's incredible, man. Are you kidding me? I was in the office. He had the little poster when he hit the game winner. And he was talking about the poster. Yeah, you see their face? He said, it's not the shot. He said, look at their face. And then the last time I spoke to him was the brawl. He was the only player that called me.
Really?
Yep, Mike, MJ, man. I remember the call. He was like, I'm going to try to get you back. So when he said, I'm going to get back, I said, oh shit, I'm back. I'm like, all right. It don't even matter. February, March, good. But MJ, you ain't that powerful, man.
Mike said,
I never come back. He only had one Jordan player at the time. Only one person could wear Jordan on the team. I don't know if you remember. So I said, I'm playing against MJ. I need the Jordans. I was wearing Nike. I said, I need them Jordans. He was like, nah, Reggie Miller wearing the Jordans. I said, Reggie, can you tell these dudes to give me some Jordans? He's like, nah, you can't get Jordans. So I drove after shoot around, drove to Chicago, 2 hours to ride, 3-hour ride. Went to the Nike store, bought some Jordans.
Really?
Drove back. Yeah, you'll see Jordans on my feet playing against. I'm not gonna play against MJ without Jordans on. Y'all crazy. Nike, y'all crazy, man. Just send me the Jordans.
The host of the podcast, Byron Scott, is a 3-time NBA champion with the Los Angeles Lakers during their Showtime era in the 1980s. Having played against MJ in his prime, Scott shares just how ruthless the GOAT was on the court.
MJ had a different mindset than any player I've ever played against. Yeah. MJ had and Kobe's the closest to it.
Yeah, Kobe was incredible.
MJ had I'ma kill you mindset.
On for now.
I'm gonna destroy you on the basketball court. I'm gonna beat you so bad you don't want to see me the next time you play me.
100%.
Yeah, that was his mindset.
100%.
And so when you said, you throw LeBron in there, but yeah, MJ definitely because MJ wanted to destroy you, but he loved that smoke. Like you said, if you could
Man, Mike wanted all the smoke with everybody, man. Right from the get-go, when he came in the league, nigga was born a goon, G. Like, come on, look at this picture right here, folks. Just a goon. Like, come on, man. What we talking about? Best player all time. Nigga, if you ain't got Mike on your list, what you doing? What you talking about?
guard him, he got nothing but mad respect. You can't guard him, but you give him hell,
yeah,
he got nothing but mad respect for you. You know what I'm saying?
And his defense was
Oh,
incredible.
his defense, man, Black Cat was off the chain, man.
Because when I was a kid, I would watch
Black
MJ. I'm
Cat.
like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that on offense.
Man, when you hear a motherfucker call Mike anything other than Mike or MJ, man, you know Mike didn't cook that nigga so much, G. He just called him the Black Cat, folks. Come on, folks. When it get to that point, you know that nigga done got his ass.
But his defense, I'm like, hold on, this guy's an incredible defender.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm like, oh, I want to be like that on defense. So that was one of the inspirations on defense. It wasn't even really I never aspired to be like him on offense.
The 1995 NBA Eastern Conference semifinals featured the Magic facing off against the Bulls, marking Michael Jordan's return to playoff action after his 1993 retirement. However, the time away from basketball had seemingly taken a toll on MJ's sharpness, and it showed on the floor as the Magic won Game 1. Riding high on the win, Magic guard Nick Anderson confidently quipped, "45 isn't 23," referring to Jordan's New Jersey number. Despite the Bulls' determined effort, the Magic won the series 4-2 and advanced to the NBA Finals, where they fell to the Houston Rockets. But for MJ, this was just the beginning of the story, as he sought redemption the following year. Here's how Magic guard at the time, Darrell Armstrong, broke down those events.
I did not know. Nick Anderson said he wasn't the same. 45 is not 23. Oh, Lord. I would have said, man, y'all, you don't shut the fuck up. What is you doing? You don't get this man no feel. What did you do? So when I saw that, I was like, oh, my God. Jordan's trainer, like, when you want to start? He said, tomorrow, lifting weights. And he said, all he kept thinking was Orlando. Man, they played us there was Shaq last time in Orlando. They played us, they swept us. But I never forget this, and you can go back and look at the stat sheet. Horace couldn't do nothing, put his head down and just laugh. It was on the free throw line right in front of us. Jordan, Scotty was talking shit. Boy, Jordan had 2 free throws at the end of the game. He hit the first one and missed the second one on purpose. And we was like, what the fuck you doing, you know? Somebody said, look at the scoreboard. He left 45 on the scoreboard. You know Jordan petty, you know, motherfucker. Wow. He left 45 for last year on the scoreboard.
Wow.
In the 90s, being an NBA player meant competing in the shadow of the Bulls' unmatched dominance. Led by MJ. From intense practices to MJ's alleged mind games, the Bulls did whatever it took to win 6 NBA titles. Not everyone viewed Jordan's approach positively. Knicks coach at the time, Jeff Van Gundy, once claimed that MJ was a con man who used fake friendships to gain a competitive edge over opponents. According to Van Gundy, Jordan would befriend rival players to make them let their guard down, only to dominate them on the court the next game. Jordan didn't take the comment lightly, responding with a 51-point performance against Van Gundy's Knicks and some mid-game trash talk to make sure his message was clear. Years later, Van Gundy reflects on the greatness of Michael Jordan during an episode of the Mark Jackson podcast.
The best player in any one game to win it, if you had to put all the marbles to state it, there's a lot of ones that you could go with, but my personal one I would take Jordan to win one game. I think the combination of athleticism, skill, will was something, you know, people used to ask, like, what was the name of that special, that ESPN thing they did on him, on, what was the name of that, Last Dance, right?
Yeah.
They said, you watched The Last Dance. I said, no, I lived it. And so
Damn!
Because,
yeah, he'll be the first to tell you, folks. Anybody that got their ass towards G, they'll be the first ones to tell y'all how that ass whooping felt, G, from Mike. Like you wasn't gonna get no sleep the night before, folks. Like Jeff Van Gundy ain't even do shit for real, folks. He didn't even do nothing, and Mike still came out and gave him 51, folks. That's tough.
55.
That's tough!
Against, you know, he had a double nickel coming back off baseball.
And then he had a double nickel.
The best defense in basketball back when the rules were not conducive to offensive play, right? There was no freedom of movement. There was freedom to get your head handed to you if you came through the line, right? He got 55 against the New York Knicks on the road and hit Winnington when we doubled late with a Luka Doncic special, like go up and at the last minute, find somebody, and he found Winnington. And so, like, I never see anything quite like that. Like, guy goes off and plays baseball for 2 years. Hey, I want to play basketball again. 10 days later, he's getting 55 in the garden. It's like, what's happening here? So I would go with him in any one game.
Only 4 players in league history were teammates with both MJ and LeBron. One of them is the Tar Heel center Brendan Haywood, who played with Jordan in his rookie season. Here is his take on the GOAT debate.
Stop playing. Don't do it. Come on now. if anybody in the Carolina family doesn't say that MJ is number 1, they're excommunicated.
Oh, bro.
Come on now.
That's how we gotta go with it.
MJ's the greatest ever. Come on. Stop.
Yeah, he is.
This man is MVP, Defensive Player of the Year.
That's insane.
He's MVP, first team all defense, finals MVP, and leading the league in scoring all in the same year.
Yeah. That's insane.
Only been done 4 times, all MJ. Say that again.
That's
First team all defense, MVP of the regular season, MVP of the finals, lead the league in scoring. Only been done 4 times. MJ, and MJ.
What? Mike did that 4 times? Finals MVP, regular season MVP, led the league in scoring, and what was the last one he said, folks? What was the last one?
Defense, MVP.
First team all defense. What? Come on, G. Ain't nobody doing that shit nowadays. Who getting MVP, finals MVP, leading the league in scoring, and first team all defense? The only person I could see doing some shit like that is Giannis, G. Giannis. Anthony Edwards could probably try to get first team, but in all honesty, Giannis is the only person I could see doing that in the league now.
MVP of the regular season, MVP of the finals.
Probably Wemby too. Wemby could probably do that in the future.
4 times. MJ, and MJ.
Damn. That's the greatest of all time.
That's how you end the debate with these young guys that want to talk about LeBron. That's how you end the debate with him right there. It was great playing with Mike because I got to see why he was Mike. You think a lot of times people think great players are great because they just roll out of bed and they're great. And for him, it was like, nah, the work ethic was crazy. At 40 years old, 39 years old, he done proved everything. He's still in the gym before everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, he's there with Tim Grover lifting early, getting up shots. Like, footwork is impeccable. Had a young dude on our team by the name of Bobby Simmons. Bobby used to just all the footwork stuff that MJ was teaching. Like, yo, you read him this way. Like, yo, when you jab this way, like everything he did was calculated. I was watching when he was teaching Bobby.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't teaching me none of that stuff. You know, I couldn't do nothing with it.
I told y'all, Mike was real. When you watch Mike versus Kobe, Kobe was more loose with his shit. Mike was more just robotic. Like, Mike was just a machine with his shit, G. Just everything firm and, like, Mike was really like that, G. Mike was sharp as hell.
He was teaching Bobby, like, yo, when you jab, you read this way. He drops his foot this way, you counter with this. And so I started seeing this ain't...
Footwork was immaculate.
He's reading your body move. He's reading your body language. Oh, you drop that top foot, I know I'm going here. That defense rotates, I know I'm getting to this fade. Like, up and unders, all that. And it's just like seeing how much work he put in, how calculated he was, and then the competitive nature. I mean, he didn't want to lose nothing. The young dudes in the league that were coming into the league grew up watching MJ. Like, MJ would be at the jump ball, and he could sense it. Our point guard was like Chris Whitney, like, yo, see Whit, let me get it early tonight. Young fellas and all. Like, you'll see certain guys, they looking at this.
He in all. I got him.
But because he'll see young fella looking at the shoes, the leg brace, like looking them up and down. Like, he could tell, like, certain dudes want smoke. Yeah. And then there's certain dudes just look.
That's the worst way to go out, folks. Especially as a man with pride, man. You cannot go out looking at the man that you're going against, admiring him, G. That's the wrong way to go, fellas. You're not going to win many battles doing some dumb shit like that, man. The nigga you going against, you just look at him up and down, just licking your lips and shit. And he licking his chops ready to bust your ass because you lunch meat. What is you talking about, man? Y'all need to get some dog in y'all, some of that goon, man. Up in here being all nice, looking him up and down and yeah, it's Mike. Like, it's all, come on, bro. Y'all niggas
looking
better
around,
than
oh my
that,
God,
man.
it's MJ. And MJ's cold-blooded. If you're looking at him like that, he can sense it, and he's going to try to take your heart out.
The story of LeBradford Smith and Michael Jordan is a classic in basketball circles. In short, after a rough shooting night, MJ invented a story about Smith disrespecting him to fuel his competitive fire for their next matchup. It worked, and Jordan delivered a dominant performance. Here's how MJ's Bulls teammate BJ Armstrong broke it down.
He had just an awful game versus the Washington Bullets. And I think he missed like 18, 19 shots in a row. I was just so impressed with his confidence, Jimmy, that he didn't hesitate. The confidence that this man had, Jimmy, was beyond. But this particular game, after the game, he wasn't happy at all. And he was, normally he's bubbly, he's playing cards, he's this, whatever. He's being MJ. But this night, he was just sitting in the back. So I thought, hey, let me just go check on this guy. And I just said, hey, man, how you doing? You all right? You good? Just checking on you. He was in the back. Everybody else is whatever, doing what they do. And he was like, yeah, I'm good. And I remember he told me, he said, whatever that kid had in the first half, I'm going to have that in the first half.
Whatever that kid had.
Whatever that kid did whatever that kid did in the first game, I'm gonna have that in the first half. The confidence to say that, Jimmy, was like, man, I just watched you miss 19 shots in a row. Like, the confidence was there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't coach that. You can't duplicate that. Either you have that or not. I was so impressed with the 20th shot when he finally made a shot. Because I remember what he said. He was like, okay, B, I'm good now. This man had a confidence that was just beyond. And he wasn't talking it. He believed it. He believed in himself. He believed in the work he had put in. But more importantly, he just had a self-awareness that you can't imagine. And that's what I admired most about him. And even when you talk to him today, he still has that level of confidence. And it's the funniest thing, because now we're all old. But he still has the confidence that he had as a young man. And that is what I give to this generation. Never lose confidence in yourself by the work you put in.
Baron Davis was one of the most electrifying point guards from the 2000s. Making a name for himself while playing for the Charlotte Hornets and later for the Golden State Warriors. With his combination of skills, size, and explosiveness, Davis was a walking highlight reel. In an interview for the Draymond Green podcast, he remembers one specific game in which he wasn't the show's main star, but the legendary Michael Jordan put on a show for the ages.
He came into Charlotte and it was like, that was the craziest shit I'd ever seen. There was no camera phones, but it was all kind of camera flashing. And felt like everybody was recording with a camera phone. That's how many cameras was flashing when he went to the free throw line. I had 32 that night. And in my mind, I was like, damn, bro, like, I'm Michael Jordan tonight. You know what I mean? And then we go on the road and we're playing the Washington Wizards. We like, man, we about to go in here. We about to pop them again. I'm about to give me another, I'm about to give me another 25, 12. I'm going to do it different on the road. And I watched this dude in the first quarter score 17 points.
Oh, he went off.
Draymond, I watched. I was not participating, bro. I was so mesmerized. I was guarding T. Lou. Hey, if you watch the clips, you'll see me. Never help. Never help. And the coach called a timeout. He like, yo, what the hell y'all doing? Y'all just gonna let this man get cooked? It was Lee Naylor. I said, damn, bro, my bad. I was just watching. Like, I was just damn. I got your help. I was like, I got your help. Let me get him. So I guard him the first time. I know he going to the fade. So boom, he go to the fade and I'm on top of the fade. He go to fade. I'm like, man, get that shit. And he leaned back, like another inch to shoot the ball. Wham!
Jordan against Barron. 43.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Jordan against Barron. 43.
43? Okay.
All right. Man, I got this fool. He go to the post again. Well, I know this shit coming. You about to turn to the middle. Turn to the middle. Oh, up and under. Layup. Hey, somebody else get this. Hey. I'm going back over here with T. Lou. Yeah. I'm about to watch. I'm cool. This is not cool. Hey, dude, that's what, and you see somebody like Mike like that, and LeBron, Like, it's the same thing. It's like, be careful, because they gonna remember. But that Mike story was like, damn, dude, like, I'm just watching him. I'm like, damn, dude, what kind of cologne you got? Like, what kind of cologne? This nigga smell good as shit out here. Whatever it was, Michael Jordan was he was like an enigma, dude. He was it was just like, oh, shit.
MJ is still widely considered.
He talking about what cologne you wear, bro. Like, that nigga just had aura, bro. Like, the nigga had... That's all you can say, bro. The nigga had aura, bro. Talking about what cologne you was wearing, G. That shit crazy, bro. Niggas ain't coming like that no more, man. It's Mike.
The GOAT, thanks to his legendary NBA career, which included 6 championships and an unbeaten record in the NBA Finals. While those achievements are often cited as reasons for his greatness, Gilbert Arenas believes MJ earned the GOAT title even before all of that.
As players, we're factoring in our numbers, right? Our rings, and saying, no, we should be able, I have leading title. I beat him in every stat. Why y'all not putting me in front of him? Answer is, he was the NBA. When Bird and Magic was, battling, and when Jordan came in, what they seen was a whole different animal, right? You're seeing something that is different, moves different, talks different, approaches the game different, swag, phenomenal, right? This is the best thing we've seen. Right? I don't give a fuck what he does. This is the best player we've ever seen. Right? It was the eye test. People don't realize that he got the logo in '88. Right? They took the wings off and say, you got Jordan. Right? So that whole campaign, and that is considered the greatest individual year anybody could have had. That's when he became the best player ever. There was no ring. There was the rings is just what they get to use now. 6, it was just the way he did it. He carried what we have now, solo mission. It's hard to beat solo mission with stats.
MJ and Lakers legend James Worthy shared the court as...
That's true, fo, because Bron had to go team up. We forgetting Bron had to go team up. Larry Bird was part of a dynasty. Magic Johnson was part of a dynasty. Kobe and Shaq was part of dynasties. Steph was part of a dynasty. Chad. Everybody I'm naming right now was part of dynasties. Mike was the only one that did it dolo, solo. Solo, dolo, Mike, nigga, and still was going crazy. One of the best two-way players of all time. The best two-way player of all time. Come on, man. Michael Jordan, Joe.
His teammates for one season at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Together, they led the Tar Heels to an NCAA championship. During a recent appearance on the Byron Scott podcast, Worthy reflected on his short but unforgettable time playing alongside Jordan. He admitted it didn't take long for the young guard to surpass him as the better college player.
I was with Michael. He was a freshman my junior year. We only had 4 or 5 months together, really.
Yeah.
Right. But, like the story I tell about Michael, man, I was better than him for about 3 weeks. And I enjoyed those 3 weeks. Because I saw something in that boy that he didn't have it quite yet. He was learning, but he would seek out the best in everything. Chess, backgammon, he won. And if he lost, he was irately mad. Like he just won a game.
Wait.
The best in everything. Chess, backgammon, he won. And if he lost, he was irately mad. Like he just won a game, like he lost a game 7. So we practiced, 2.5 hours. We running them sprints. You're tired. Now you got to go to study hall. I'm trying to get off the floor. Here he comes, pushing me. Where you going, young fella? Where you going? You scared? So he always wanted to play a little one-on-one. So we played a little bit. And he was just a bad boy.
In 1995,
bro, just competitive, fool. Like, that's when niggas know, like, something was special about that nigga, G. He's telling you right then and there is when he knew Mike was, like, different. Like, he was always trying to compete, always trying to play ones, always trying to gamble or something. Do something, fool. Like, that was niggas sign that Mike was coming, G. Like, once they saw he was getting mad for losing chess, Like, Mike, this your first day ever playing this shit, man. Relax, G. Fuck is you get here trying to fight niggas because you just lost the chess match, G. Relax, bro. If I really come across, smack shit out of you across the table, man. Nah, niggas wasn't talking to Mike like that. They already knew what time it was, nigga. Mike probably had them keys.
Sally joined MJ on the Chicago Bulls after years of competing against him as a member of the Detroit Pistons. Having experienced MJ both as a rival and a teammate, Sally brought plenty of incredible Jordan stories to share during his appearance on the Byron Scott podcast.
You know, Ron Harper used to give Michael the numbers. Well, then people don't know that. When he was healthy, MJ, we were in a practice, and Phil said, tell him to go home, and he didn't know why, and he waited. And he was like, all right, we're playing for minutes, scrimmage for minutes. And MJ came in, nah, you ain't putting me out. And he had on regular tennis shoes. They looked like Vans, but they were Nike. And he had his sweats cut and rolled at the bottom. You know, he thought he was fly. He wasn't. You know, you don't say nothing to the Messiah. He was like, yeah, put all the Pistons on that team, Wood Harp, and put Randy Brown over there. And Harp was pissed. And all of a sudden, I'm running back, and MJ gets a steal. And I go, and he's about to do the right-hand jump. I said, oh, I know exactly what dunk you're going to try. I'm getting this. I don't care. And I drop step and turn around about to jump. And as I'm about to jump, his midsection is moving past my face. And you know, you try to bring yourself down. He was like, block this, bitch. Boom.
Dunked his ass.
And I'm like, I take the ball out, boom, boom. I'm staying in the hotel behind the facility. So I would jump the fence. And I go home, I call my mother. She's like, how is it? I said, Ma, I just saw the greatest player of all time. She said, it took you that long to admit it. I go, yeah, it took me this long to admit it. But I just saw him playing tennis shoes, no tape, no knee brace, no wristband, sweatpants on, t-shirt, and a practice jersey, and thought he was in the finals against us. Like, he literally thought he was reliving the 80s.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, this dude is on next level.
Different.
He is. And we would go out to play against somebody, and, you know, MJ come, everybody's happy to see him, but even in the back when you're about to put your hands together, he was hella intense.
Yeah.
He was the last to come out. So we would all run out, and then MJ would be the last. That would scare. If you looking down there, you go, oh my God, MJ. Oh, here comes the devil now. You know,
you hope he wasn't showing up, right?
Yes, he was, and my locker was here at the United Center, and he was right here. And I would watch him put his sock up, and then look at this sock, and then like had to be the same height. And then he would, you know, everything had to, like he was a gladiator. And I was like, I don't even think people realize how psycho this dude is. All you gotta do, pull his shirt out a little bit, it's gonna piss him off. It needs to be tucked perfectly. Just mess up his outfit. You know, that's the only way to stop him, to make him think about anything else but destroying you. And his mentality was destroy you.
Yeah.
Demean you. Finish you. Shouldn't even be on court. It's the best thought in the world.
For life.
Yeah.
When every time you face him, he wanted to make you feel like, man, I ain't got nothing. I can't do nothing with this dude. I don't even want to play tonight. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make you quit.
Do you ever see Coach when he's standing there with his arm folded when he was a Laker coach? That's what he wanted you to do. I want to go home. I want to go home right now.
I know a lot of guys who played against him that wanted to go home too. It was like, man, I'm gonna foul him just so you can put me on the bench. I ain't got to play against him. I mean, there were some guys that just didn't want to play with him. Yeah, they didn't want to play against him. He really did want. And I would tell people this all the time. Spotty, they was like, so how was it guarding Michael Jordan? I said, well, the way I guarded Michael is I'm gonna play back. I'm gonna make him shoot jump shots. I said, but the other thing is, every time he hit a shot, I was like, man, good shot, MJ. That's a hell of a shot, dog. I'm right there. I said, if you kill him with kindness, I said, but if you talk shit, just one little word, you might have, man, that's all he needs.
DeMar DeRozan is a 6-time All-Star and one of the NBA's elite mid-range scorers. He has modeled his game around the same principles MJ employed playing with the Wizards. relying on skill, footwork, and basketball IQ to outsmart defenders. By studying Jordan's ability to dominate without relying on athleticism, DeRozan has maintained his effectiveness on the court, even as he moves into the later stages of his career. For DeRozan, MJ's time with the Wizards stands as a masterclass in how to extend one's career and remain a top-tier player through fundamentals and mental toughness.
If you sit and just watch Wizards Jordan and see how incredible he was from 38 to 40 years old, the way he scored the ball, the way he was able to create his shots from the post, from the elbow, off one dribble, off two dribbles, stop, pull up, how physical he was in the post, how he was able to create contact and still get to the basket.
Basically, Wizards Mike was unk as hell, man. That's what he trying to say, G. Wizards Mike was out there playing like unk like a motherfucker, using all showed up a body, putting you in that post. You feel me? Shooting fadeaways, blinking threes, like just keeping the game simple. You feel me? Not here too much, not doing none of that. Just straight in. You feel me? That's what Mike was on, Wizards Mike.
He wasn't athletic like he was, but still being able to, finish over guys. It was so incredible because it was such a master of art. How simple he just made the game. It's just playing off jab steps, pump fakes, and I used to watch every bit of Wizards Jordan because it was like, if he doing this at this age, let me figure out how to master and these things that he doing, because you don't see everybody doing it. Everybody want to do the dribble, double step back, all that, and it's like, nah, let me make the game simple and kill these spots and angles and using my body on a fadeaway, either shoulder. So that's one thing that I took from Wizards Mike, because he was incredible. If you really watch him, he was incredible, man.
But that's a true skill set, though. Having real post work and footwork and jump stops and pivots and up and unders, like, bro, that's a skill that you gotta really put work in for, folks. Niggas would rather be out on a perimeter just dancing with the ball, just dribble. That's because it's easier to do that, folks. It's harder to play with patience and really work on your legs and get your base right, your core right, have footwork and play fundamentally sound, and it's boring. That shit is boring, G. But the niggas who really like Mike, Kobe, who wanted to really just get to the buckets, wanted to simplify the game for themselves, that's what they evolved to, G, because they knew it was easier like that.
On a bad knee. If you just go back and watch Mike with the Wizards, he was cold.
One player his airness has a close relationship with is the 3-time 6th Man of the Year winner, Jamal Crawford. The GOAT was a fan of Crawford's game since he entered the league in 2000 and played for the Chicago Bulls. As the years passed, Jamal witnessed some spectacular plays from MJ, especially in the many summer runs he played wherein Mike was his teammate. On Podcast P, Crawford shared how Jordan left everyone's jaws on the floor with a sensational play he pulled off when he was 40 years old.
I really, and it's so weird, there's probably 2 or 3 times in my life where I felt my game jump up, like a level or two. And that was one of those times. And I was playing off of him. He's the guy, but I literally, I don't know for a fact, but it felt like I hit 80% of my shots off of him that summer. I felt my game going to a whole nother level, and it was making its way around the thing. Like, man, that little Bulls guard, because I hadn't done shit yet. But man, that Bulls guard can go. I'm telling you, that Bulls guard can go. But I'm playing off of him, right? And so I remember one time I threw a full court. I'm like, as soon as I let it go, I'm like, oh shit, I threw that too far. Man, this man at 40 years old, he jumped up with one hand.
Yeah.
He dribbled the ball and dunked with one hand. I was like, oh shit. It looked like some Bulls. I'm like, this is crazy.
Facing Michael Jordan was the toughest challenge for guards in the 1980s and 1990s.
Gosh, the
Facing
jelly,
Michael Jordan was the toughest challenge for guards in the 1980s.
Hey, that shit look raw as hell right there, for that pose just. Look at his Mike. Look at this shit. This is crazy.
Facing Michael Jordan was the toughest challenge for guards in the 1980s and 1990s. Just the thought of going head-to-head with the Bulls legend was enough to intimidate most players.
Oh my goodness!
They had nightmares playing against the 6-time NBA champion. But for Vernon Maxwell, it wasn't nightmares that kept him up. It was the sheer anticipation of facing the 5-time MVP that left him unable to sleep the night before their matchups.
Well, your ass better get some sleep the night before.
What did I tell y'all, man? He said niggas better get some rest the night before. Man, motherfuckers was not sleeping good the night before they played Mike, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, G. 1 to 2 hours of sleep max. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, man. We can go back and talk to all the old heads. Whoever was matched up the night before they played Mike. On average, how many hours did you get to sleep, my boy, the night before you played Mike? I guarantee you, chat. I guarantee it was only like 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours max. Besides that, man, them niggas was up watching film. Just tired and scared, anxiety like a mother. Stop playing.
Right there. Now I used to go lay down and elevate my fucking feet above my heart. Like my mom used to say, put your feet above your heart, baby, before you play him. It gonna bring some energy back to you. So I'm comfortable, so I used to lift my eyes, do it damn what my mom used to say. That's the only motherfucker I used to stay home. My wife used to be glad for that. When Mike come in town, because I really never used to stay home. My wife used to be glad when Mike come in town. She said, oh, this nigga at here, look at his ass now, because Mike in here. Look at this nigga now, he gonna lay his ass down now. And yeah, because this Black Jesus, man. That's why I call him, man, the best player I ever played against, man. I mean, it's no comparison.
Phil Jackson is regarded as one of the best, if not the best, head coaches of all time. After all, Jackson was at the helm of two of the most legendary dynasties in NBA history, the Chicago Bulls of the 1990s and the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2000s, where he had the opportunity to coach a young and up-and-coming Kobe Bryant alongside one of the most physically dominant players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal. However, when asked which of the players he coached Phil would start his franchise with, the legendary coach wasted no time providing a clear answer.
Michael Jordan has got to be the first pick. He was extremely coachable.
Extremely coachable. It's crazy.
Mark Jackson's first year in the NBA was MJ's best season ever. Many consider Jordan's 1987-88 campaign to be the greatest year ever by an NBA player. In that season, MJ led the league in scoring, steals, and minutes played. He won the dunk contest at the All-Star break and went on to become the first player in NBA history to win both the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year awards in the same season. Jordan was so unstoppable that year that opposing teams had to be creative in finding ways to contain him, even if that meant going the extra mile. Here's what the young Mark Jackson and the Knicks tried to pull off.
He was a different level. He was an absolute different level. Playing against him in the league. So we're playing the Bulls. I never told this story. I was benched, so we're playing the Bulls. So I get a call the night before. We'll play some cards and hang out, whatever, just chill. I go into the city, go to Mike's room, play cards. I'm not playing. I know I'm benched, so I'm playing cards. I'm doing my job. I'm gonna keep them up all night. We playing cards all night. So shoot around is at 10 in the morning. We finish playing at 8. I gotta now drive so I'm not late. So I get no sleep. I drive to SUNY Purchase practice facility. We practice. Game that night. I take a quick nap. Gotta hit the road. Game in the garden. I'm sitting on the bench. I am tired. I'm sitting there like this dude got 50. Like, how is this dude still surviving? But he did it to everybody and every single night.
Kobe Bryant's
career. Fuck. That just show you how, like, Mike was just wired different than everybody else, man. This nigga was unable to stay up all night. I'm pretty sure he was getting off that yak and that whiskey and them cigars, motherfucker, off that yak. You feel me? Good yak in his system. Stayed up all night, G. Shoot around at 10 a.m. And then you got the game at 7 and you putting up 54. Gee, that's MJ mode for sure, G. That's just built different.
Has often been defined by comparisons to MJ, and not without reason. From his earliest days in the league, Kobe sought to emulate the man he regarded as the ultimate player. His relentless drive, signature moves, and competitive spirit mirrored those of the GOAT, earning him the moniker, the next MJ. For someone who idolized the Chicago Bulls guard, he didn't just want to play like him, he wanted to become him. However, according to the great Penny Hardaway, there was one interesting area the two were much different.
Kobe, being a fearless warrior and champion who mimicked his game after MJ. What Kobe had, what MJ had over Kobe was so different, or I should say Kobe's approach versus MJ's approach. MJ was like, I'm giving all y'all at 70. Like, if I go to Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, he did that 50-50-50, I don't know how, 2 or 3 times in his career. Think about going 50-50-50, San Antonio, Houston, Dallas. What Kobe did when he had problems was I'm marking Penny Hardaway down on my list. I'm marking Baron Davis down on my list. I'm putting Gary Payton on my list. I'm putting all these top dudes on my list, and I'm gonna knock them off one by one. MJ never said, I ain't doing none of that. I'm just coming in and I'm killing y'all. So Kobe had to start off a little slower. Rookie year, he kind of struggled a little bit. Beat a year in LA, and then you knew he was coming though. But he made this list of names, and boy, did he scratch off all. He scratched all the names off that list.
You would know, Penny. You would know. You will be the first to know, because you was definitely on that list to get cooked, and I'm pretty sure it happened. Unless somebody prove me otherwise in the comments below, I'ma just think that Kobe was cooking your ass every time. Alright, but look, that's the end of the video, chat. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Legendary stories about Mike, man. That man was just wired different, G. Born to be who he was, bro. I'm always gonna put Mike as my GOAT, as the best of all time, you feel me? But y'all comment down below who y'all GOAT is, man. I'm interested to see. But hey, that's the end of the video though, chat. I hope y'all enjoyed it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's your boy Coach TDOT, man. I'm up out of here. I love y'all.